So yesterday was an interesting day for me. A day of mixed feelings. On the one hand, yesterday's video was the most watched, with an absolutely titanic amount of comments. On the other hand, it has been my most controversial video, with many of those comments letting me know how they disagree with me. Normally that's fine, but the issue is that a lot of those comments were misunderstanding my point, and arguing against a position that I don't hold. And a lot of those commenters were some of my earliest subscribers, who have so far really enjoyed my work. So it's unlikely that they're just bad actors deliberately misinterpreting my argument. Which means that, apparently, I don't know how to construct a fucking sentence. So today I'm going to do two things. I'm going to clarify my position, and more importantly, I am going to double down. Some monsters should have fixed HP, and in this video I am going to better explain why. First, let us clear the air. One of the more common comments was that having fixed HP would make multiplayer too easy. People were assuming that I wanted monster HP fixed at single-player levels, and that I was advocating for making multiplayer easier. This is not the case. In fact, it's the exact opposite. I want monster HP fixed at 4-player levels, or maybe not exactly 4 players, but balanced with the assumption that multiple people would be doing the hunt. Which leads me to the next thing I'm not saying. I am not calling for every single monster in the Gathering Hub to have fixed multiplayer HP. In the last part of my video I said that I understood why we have the scaling system. Personally, yes, I would prefer for all of the Gathering Hub hunts to have fixed HP and be multiplayer oriented. But you know what? I get it. That would make the game too inaccessible for people who just want to play strictly solo. I said as much in my last video. So fine, scaling multiplayer is the best system we have right now, despite its problems. But now that I've outlined what I'm not saying, let's finally get to what I am saying. My point is the title of this video. I want some monsters to have fixed HP. I fully understand that a lot of people want most of the game to be accessible to solo players, but that doesn't mean we can't have a few monsters tailored for a multiplayer experience. It wouldn't even have to be part of the base game. It could come as part of one of the title updates post-launch. Now I'm sure some people will see what I'm asking for as a limit on the freedom of solo players. That every single scrap of content in this game should be easily digestible without having to interact with others. But I don't think that's the best way to look at it. I'm not restricting content. If anything, I want more and different content. Because Behemoth, Leshen, and Safi'jiiva are different from the rest of the game. Some people don't like them, but you can't deny they provide an experience that's distinct from scaling multiplayer. I just want that experience again. Monsters tailor-made from the ground up to be fought by 4 people. I think you should just give it a chance. If you didn't like those 3, I'm sure they'll implement it better in Rise. I'd be happy with just one big spectacle monster that's supposed to be so cataclysmically awesome that you need 4 hunters to fight. Is that really so much to ask? Well anyway, that's the end of this video. I hope I've done a better job explaining myself this time. As always, if I haven't alienated you yet, I'm sure I'll get to you in a future video. Until then, thank you for listening.